Impact Peru crew training number 3. It's so exciting. We are just 60 days away from touching down in the Amazon jungle, where we're going to connect the people of Iquitos in northern Peru to Jesus. Some of you have been on the mission field and you know what's ahead of you. You know how exciting and worthwhile this is going to be. For others, this is so new to you, you don't even know what to think. But the one thing that might be running through your head is you're nervous that you're not ready, you haven't raised enough money, you're starting to doubt, should you go on this trip? Please, please, please don't allow any of that to get in the way of what God wants to do in your life and through your life on this trip. I really believe that we have an incredible team, so no backing out, okay? Let's keep stepping forward. Let's keep coming to trainings, keep praying, keep preparing your heart, keep trusting that God is going to orchestrate all of this for His good and for His glory. So tonight's going to be fun. I won't spoil it all for you. You've got your training manual in front of you, and Bob and Sarah are ready to go. But for your testimonies today, just want to give you guys a quick heads up. As you break up into your groups, I want you guys to share your 3-minute testimony and share a little bit of feedback to each other. Now, I want the feedback to be positive and encouraging, right? This is not American Idol, right? We're not judging each other or giving each other a grade. We're just simply helping each other make our testimonies even better. So think of some constructive, helpful feedback. That could be things like, hey, this part of your testimony really stood out to me as the most impactful, like helping people to know what's most impactful about their story. Or saying, hey, this part of your story, perhaps you could summarize and make it a little bit more concise so that you can get to the other parts quicker. Or, hey, you really breezed over the fact that, that God, saved you from addiction, or that God really healed you from an illness, or whatever that might have been. You just breezed over it. You could say, hey, you should take maybe an extra 30 seconds to talk more about that thing, because I think it could be helpful. So constructive feedback like that is a good thing. Make sure you're sharing and encouraging each other. And then after today, I need you guys to send me your written testimonies in an email. Okay, I want to have them on file, for one, so I can read them and know a little bit about your testimony, but also it's going to help me in the planning as we're preparing for our different outreaches. So a couple things. We are 60 days out. Okay, 60 days out. I'm fired up about that. Make sure you have your passport. All right, we're getting to that window where it's going to be difficult to get your passport in time if you haven't already begun the process. So make sure you prioritize that this week. Also, we got to book our flights. Now's the time to book the flights. And so that requires that we're all kind of making payments as we're able to, right? The whole cost of the trip is $3,000. Certainly that's not all flights, but we have to have enough cash in the bank in order to buy the flight. So if you haven't and are able to make an additional payment, please do that this week. I'm looking at flights right now. And so trying to find the best deal and trying to find the best itinerary for our trip. So guys, again, tonight, wish I could be there. You're in good hands with the Nicholsons. The last thing I'm going to say is our next training session on April 30th is going to be at the Branhams. So thank you, Jenny, for hosting that. And it's going to be very interactive. It's going to be a lot of brainstorming, because we are actually going to start building our outreach plan. Think VBS, right? Think, high energy, lots of fun. That's where we share the testimony. That's where we share the gospel. But we are responsible for coming up with a program, okay? This is sort of a new thing for some of us. So we're going to come up with our outreach program, and it's going to take all of us contributing in different ways. So we have that to look forward to. Can't wait to hang out with you soon. God bless. Come on, let's connect Peru to God.